Okay, finally welcome to a serious run and look down of Visera cleanup detail. Yeah, my samurai stuff was just me fucking around for show. The question is actually, how do you really play efficiently? How do we, work this out what's a good strategy? Is probably the good question. And I see a lot of people doing a lot of things wrong in all the Let's Plays I've seen. A lot of it's just fucking around, and I love them. I get so many laughs out of it. But if you're looking for efficient ways to clean, a lot of people are doing it wrong. And I kind of want to show off strategies and explain how some of these things are working so that people actually may know, because a lot of people aren't touching base with exactly how these mechanics work, etc, etc. So let's just start work and go into a place I haven't been to yet, which is section 8. I got 100% on Rust Station all by myself, so let's do section 8 now. And I'm 58 years old. Last time I was 16 years old. Anyway, here's what you do. Initially you'll start wherever the fuck you start. What you want to do is find out where the splash-o-matic is right away, and this is where you start cleaning from. And what you want to do is also find where the dispenser is for the buckets and for the pails, the biohazard stuff, and grab those too. You do want to get rid of the blood on the floor really before you start picking up any of the body pieces, because you'll start tracking blood everywhere and it makes your job so much more difficult. Yeah, those body parts fell, which is fine, because as long as... Okay, I want to actually move this. Yeah, a lot of these areas with these manholes, they just kind of get everywhere, so let's clean up a bit. Yeah, you want to get the floor clean up to the dispenser where the buckets are, and then you want to get the floor clean to where the incinerator is and work out from there. So you gotta find both locations, and I don't know where they are, so I'm just going to... You want to start from the splash-o-matic, because that's your main source of buckets. And so you also, if you have blood in your shoes, jump and clean in place, and you'll start getting rid of all the blood. So that's another way to get rid of blood on your shoes, just jump in place. And a lot of people cover that, at least, so that's not even a big deal. Try to get all the blood you can find as you work your way towards the bins, the biohazard bins. Come back later and get the fine details. If there's body parts in the floor and you clean the blood around it, you don't have to worry about it. You can just pick up the body parts and everything is fine. I don't know where I'm going right now, so I'm going to just clean an area to certain rooms, and if you move the body parts around, they will splash more blood. But if you don't move them around, you can clean the blood around them and everything's fine, see? So it looks like you're doomed. It looks like there's the bucket, there's the bins right there. So we want to... Oops. Oh, that's just a shell casing. That's okay. For shell casings, they don't actually dirty your buckets of water, so you could actually put shell casings in your scrub buckets and they won't pollute, which is useful if you find them, because they don't have blood on them. So if I put it there, the water should be fine. Yeah, see? So for shell casings, you can pick those up right away, and I think you can also put this kind of trash in there too, and it won't dirty the water, as far as I'm aware. Yeah, that's a thing you can take advantage of. So, especially for shell casings, it becomes really annoying. So okay, you have a bin there. You'll want to clean up around this area. I know that body parts can come splattering out of this area, but other than that, it's you can pick them up as you go, but it's not that big a deal. You can always come back and get them. What's important is really the floor. You don't want to walk over blood. So a lot of people like to just keep walking over areas, and it looks like that area needs some attention. Yeah. And you really want to... Oh, I knocked it out. Yeah, you probably don't want to put physical trash in the water bucket because you can knock them out. You can jump on these bins. It just takes a little bit of effort. Probably going to have to build a pyramid of these stupid things. Because, reasons. I have to get up there. So if I build... probably 6 of these I could get up there. This might be enough, actually. Let's find out. Because you can jump on these if you do it. Yeah, see, it just takes a little bit of effort to actually get up on these. You got to jump and then move forward. It's a little bit tricky. Still not quite high enough. I know you can stack them 3 high. A lot of people prefer to stack them on their side, like that, and then build the pyramid that way because it's much more stable, and that is a viable option, most certainly. So don't think that you can't do it that way, because you can. And it looks like I'm just about... It gets unstable after you go up 3, so that's probably why you don't want to do 3. Okay, let's just put that there. And you want to clean up the floor. You don't want to track footprints over everywhere. And if you walk over body parts, you actually won't kick them, so you won't splatter more blood. Only your mop does that. So your mop moves them around. You don't when you walk over them. This janitor case, if you want to bring back a collectible for your office, that's what that's for. I imagine there's going to be a trophy system implemented in this game soon. But for right now, the only purpose to have that is to throw something inside. I threw a lantern in last episode, and your office collects them. Your office keeps a track of how many things you bring back. Like, I could bring a barrel back if I wanted, you know. Okay, so let's put that up there, and that's about as far as I trust it, as far as stability is concerned. Okay, I'm actually up here now. My mop clean? Yeah, pretty much. I don't want to go any higher than 3. Okay, it looks like there's a lot of shit up here. Fortunately, I have this is why I like to stack them up this way, because then you can just drop body parts in them into the lowest one if you find them, and it won't splatter anywhere else. So that's my method. But putting them on their side makes them much more stable and lets you build higher stacks of them. It looks like I got all the particulates, so now let's just get rid of the blood. I hate it when they put stuff up really high like this, because you don't have a stepladder. They haven't introduced a really good way to get on top of things yet, and that's annoying. I hope they introduce a stepladder. This is still an alpha build. I normally don't support buying alpha builds, but I really was intrigued by this game, so that's kind of why I did it. I very, very rarely buy alphas. I did that to Prison Architect and this. These are the only 2 alpha builds I've paid into, because in my mind, I'm looking back at the 1990s, an alpha build was free. It would be exclusive, it would be VIP, and it would be free because it was bug test. And yeah, if you move it, it'll splatter. But if you're careful, you can mop around this stuff and not move the bits, and you'll be fine. And it looks like they conveniently put crates here for me to use. Now, as far as that's concerned, oh, oops, yeah, you don't want that. Okay, now I have a clean area from the Splasher-matic to the bins, and now I have to find the furnace. Once I found all 3 sections, I can seriously start to clean up this area and run between these 3 areas very well. So clean up this like so, as you know. Hey, that rhymed. So I could probably get one more dunk out of that. Who knows? If you're careful, you can. You don't want to dip in twice. I probably am at the limit though. And you want to get all of it, so you want to splatter a couple times more even after you're done. A couple people covered that in their Let's Play, so that's nothing new. More so, what I'm going to try and cover is you want to get the floor first. There's the furnace. Okay, so we got the furnace. We need to clear this area off because you don't want a mess around here. And it looks like up there is clean. Although that grate gives me some ponderance. There could be something up in that. We'll find out. They were convenient enough to leave me crates here, so I could actually explore that if I so chose. As a matter of fact, I could actually jump on top of this crate, pick up this one, stick it on top of this one. Won't be very stable, but it will get me up here. Too bad you can't be careful like in Minecraft. If you hold the duck key, you won't walk off the edge. There's no such feature here yet, so you just gotta be careful. And it looks like there's nothing there, so it looks like we'll be safe. And I'm imagining that grate over there is the same. Sometimes there's blood on top of the damn furnace, but you gotta watch out for that. Or there's blood up in these crevices up here, which is really annoying because the ceilings get really high in some of these areas, and that's just a pain in the ass. So it looks like my area... Oh, you want to move these plates. They don't actually do anything as far as your cleanliness is concerned, but you want to move them because there could be shit underneath of them. So you want to just make sure that there's nothing under here. Actually, the sniffer could find that out later for you. Looks like there was some blood right there. Look, I'm not sure if that's just aesthetics or that's probably aesthetics. Can move these with the mop as well. There's a lot of plates around here. I'll probably want to move those later, but if you stack them up like this, that does not count against you. Currently, there's no penalty for missing stuff other than notes. Footnotes they always leave behind, telling you fucked up in some way. Nope, I did not get another one, which is fine. There was a bunch of casings around here. If you have a dirty bucket, you can put tiny little giblets in. I call them giblets, but they're actually called giblets. Giblets is wrong, but it sounds better in my mind, even though it's incorrect in all ways. Just put all these bullets. If you have dirty bucket water, it's better to try and get. This is why you want to move these plates, because they just get in the way. Okay, knock these off. I said knock these off. God damn it. Okay, and there you go. Because trying to grab some shit on top of them is really annoying. All right, there we go. Can I knock that in there? Yeah. Your buckets of water are miniature bins for small particulate items, so that's always something to consider. They do fill up, and they fill up quickly, and the physics in these items are a little bit more wonky than they are in the bins, probably because they don't expect you to actually use the water bucket for a temporary storage. But looks like, yeah, see, it looks like there's a bullet there that it's going to be difficult for me to get, so let's just try to get that. Stick it in there. So clean the floor first, and you can pick up bullets and tiny little giblets or giblets along the way. Some people say that giblet sounds more like a pet. Oh fuck, that's right, it was dirty. I'll get that, don't worry. You can hold the walk button down. I have it on always run, so I have to hold shift down for walk, and walking makes things more stable. Puts less physics behind the movement, in case you were wondering. I have a lot of bins over there, so you know, I'm set. Splash-o-matic. There we go. You probably want to just get out a bunch of buckets right away. My guess is probably about 8 buckets. This one's almost expended, so I'm going to go down to where the furnace is, clean up that blood I just made, and throw this in. This is probably going to be a very long tutorial because most of these maps take about 2 hours. Speedrunners can do them in about an hour. So there's always that. Yeah, these plates get annoying. Now the bucket is more or less expended, so let's just chuck it away. And there's a lot of parts on the floor that I'm not too worried about actually right about now, but if you really were anal retentive, you would pick them up as you go and make areas clean as you go, because then the only person you have to blame is yourself when you drop other things, and it makes it easier to find things as well if you clean areas up. Between Splash-o-matic, bin area, whatever you want to call this, what a load, Splash-o-matic, what a load, and the furnace. There's no reason to take junk back with you, so just kind of pick up the trash as you go. This game really does do a fairly decent job of physics items inside other physics items. It actually treats them. Physics items behave better than I've seen them behave in other games when you put them in other physics objects. That's the trickiest thing these programmers have to deal with, and they mention that on the forums, that it's quite difficult for them to do this. So, and I imagine because, as we know, physics engines don't respond the way real-world items do when you throw other items into them. They tend to spaz out a lot. Oh, did I just fuck myself in the ass? No, okay, I got it. Sometimes you can knock pieces around in areas you can't reach for, and that's what this mop is for. That's what this motion's for, to try and slap them out. It works most of the time. This is an alpha. Sometimes waste spawns in areas you can't clean, like under the floor. Like, see how these stairs go up? There might be a bloodstain actually under these stairs, but the programmers have been working really hard at trying to prevent that from happening, so I don't expect to find too many of those. I have a feeling that there were a couple items like that in a couple maps ago that I went on. because I just could not find where to clean. Because it's an alpha, they have left in a lot of things as well. For instance, they've left in light filters for your benefit, and also for, because an alpha is technically an unpaid debugger, an alpha tester. So they've left in the tools, kind of like what Minecraft did for a while in the beta versions, where we had the debug mode. When you pressed F3 or whatever it was, you could see the name tags of monsters, so you could look at them through walls and stuff. This has left in the light filtering. So if I hit F8, I can go to this mode, which I don't think really helps me a whole lot. It really just identifies movable objects and things like that. This is the no darkness mode. Everything is contrasted very bright, and you can really see where the blood is. This mode is the wireframe mode, which I kind of like. Doesn't help you clean, but it does show you, like, see how there's like hovering wireframe blood. So I guess this mode is just, oh, there's a ton of shit there. Is all items, movable items, no blood. And this is a really strange mode. It's textureless mode. It's, I don't know how to describe it. It's textureless, and then all the textures come back in. So I like the fact that the filters are still in, so it lets you look for things in certain filters if you can't find certain things. You might consider them cheating to use at this moment, but since it's an alpha build, it kind of, you're a debugger in a way, so I don't consider it to be too much of a pain in the ass. I mean, too much cheating if you can't find what you're looking for. Okay, I have a lot of physics items in this, so I probably should take this to the incinerator, and I'm gonna walk. I'll probably lose that Chinese box. Actually, no, it's going pretty smooth. You can turn off walk bob, and I probably will do that because I don't like it. I turned it off in Minecraft because it really annoyed me, but here, just a little bit annoying. Okay, so I got rid of that, and everything's good. I actually don't want this pile of metal plates in the way of the furnace, so yeah, okay, I'll put them there. There we go. And there's a bunch of jibs over here, but I'll clean it up first. So if you clean up around the jibs, oh wow, that was a lot of blood. Okay, well, we're gonna have to get some buckets. That's why I always say start out with the buckets and get about 8 buckets worth. Also, it'll let you clean up the jibs, or the gibs, or whatever you want to call them. I don't care. So there's 2 buckets and 3 buckets. Yeah, you want to have a good supply, and when they fill up, you don't want them hanging around because your odds of you knocking them over are pretty high. Oh no! Oh no! Got it. Nope, didn't get it. I never can catch them in time. Some people can. They catch them and they throw them out before they splatter, which is great. I can never manage to do it though. So put that there, and I'll actually take this bin and I'll put it by the splash-o-matic in case we have any more mishaps, and then I'll take this bin back later. So that's always a useful strategy. And I'm gonna have to clean this up really quick. There. Let's take this. How many buckets is that now? 3, 4. Okay, we'll do 6. We'll do 6 buckets. And that's basically how you start. Start with the floor and maybe the walls if you're a bit anal. Oh shit. Can I get it? Nope, it's still splattered. Again, some people are really good about nabbing them when they come out like that, and I'm not, so just clean that up. Here we go. It's on Steam right now, so okay, where's the bucket? The bin. I'm gonna put the bin here and pick up all this trash as I go. A lot of people like to try and explore, move the body parts, but as they're doing that, they're spreading footprints everywhere. And then trying to clean the footprints is counterproductive because then they just keep walking through it. They don't clean up around the bin disposal, what a load. They don't clean up around the furnace. So as they're going around, they just keep, you know, saying no, there's no point because we're just going to spread the blood, so why don't we get up all the giblets first? Or giblets, I know it's a soft G, it's not a hard G, but I call it giblets anyway because that's just how I do it. But I know it's wrong, and I'll teach someone the appropriate term. I'll teach them in a soft G. I'll say no, it's giblets. But for my own personal use, it's always giblets. Okay. So let's clean up this. Did I get it on my shoes? Nope. Nope. And there's some blood up here. So we get that And it looks like I'm saturated. So, I don't have a light, but in levels like this where there's no light dispensers, chances are there's a few lights you can find scattered about.